Find me an obese CEO, and I can guarantee you I will find a flaw within him or her. If you find me a fat CEO, I will find you someone who's not doing the best job they can. And it's not because of that they're fat. It's just a result of the type of mindset of someone who allows themselves to be in that position. If you think about actual obesity as something that is, sometimes there are aspects of obesity that will occur due to circumstance. I totally understand that. Always understand that.
I'm trying to not say too much
right
of everybody, but there's always outliers. There's always injury.
If you injure yourself, you're in a hospital bed, you have thyroid issues, you have all these different things, like, yes. But is that always the likely case? And let's talk about the likely case of someone who makes not one decision. They make hundreds, thousands of decisions to eat the wrong food, to do the wrong thing over and over again. That's the type of person who will make a mistake in their business when there's millions of dollars on the line. That's why you'll never find a true successful person. True. And not, I don't want to say you'll never find a successful person who's fat, right? But a person who is absolutely optimizing their success. Let's say that. Because there are plenty of people who are successful who are obese and overweight. But they unequivocally could be better at what they do, no matter what it is, if they were fit.
Do you think, because I've said similar things, and I find it very hard, I wouldn't say to trust, but or respect, because I kind of agree with what you're saying. Like, but do you think we're biased? Like, we're so into health and fitness that it's hard for us to wrap our head around someone being successful without caring about their own health and fitness.
This is where semantics, rhetoric, the way that you speak really matters, right? You might have said, I find it hard to trust fat people, right? That is a horrible thing to say. No, you didn't say that. I know that, right? But that's, you have to break it down, and because you cannot dehumanize someone because of their circumstance. You cannot simply categorize someone and say you don't trust them. But I totally understand what you're saying, in that someone who continues to make poor decisions outside of their relationship with you might start to make poor decisions within their relationship with you. However, having said that, you're not their father. You're not their keeper. You're not their life coach, unless actually you are. You're not their therapist. You're not any of these things. Say you're a friend, a colleague, or whatever. All you can do is judge them based off the way they treat you. And if they treat you solidly, it cannot matter if they're fat or not, right? I will always say that, no matter what. I'll never discriminate against someone because they're fat. Like, that's ridiculous. And you're never going to do that either, because you're not a psychopath, or at least from what I can tell.
You probably know me for about an hour, but yeah.
Right? So, but I think I know I understand what you're saying, in that, it's not really when you think I'm going to focus on my fitness, people think they separate that. Fitness is over here. Everything else in life is over here. When in reality, it's like, when you focus on your fitness, you're focusing on everything else, everything. Doesn't matter. Your taxes, your family life, your friend, the way you treat people, the way you do things. When you focus on your health and well-being, you are focusing on your business. You are focusing on everything else.
I love it.
And that's why I take so much issue. That's why that initial point is so important to me. It's like, when I find someone who's obese, I will find a flaw in their life that is outside of their health. And I can guarantee you I'll find it. And that's ultimately that's where I stand on that.
No, I think it's great stuff. I mean, it's really been a great conversation. And I think, a lot of that comes from the idea of, taking care of you. I would almost, equate it to, if you don't take care of yourself first, how are you taking care of the rest of your life, your business, your family? And being obese, you may not be far from a trip to the hospital, right? I mean, the pandemic showed us, hey, you're more susceptible to this thing. And if I'm running a company that's responsible for other people because they have jobs and I'm not taking care of myself, and you're putting them at risk by leaving yourself in that unhealthy, category. So I think that's really important. And I think for me, for a long time, it's very, I think it's easy to just say, hey, that person's overweight, that person's obese, they're not doing it. But I do think it's important to address, just because somebody may be obese right now doesn't mean they weren't more obese or they're not on their journey. And I think that was where I learned a lot of lessons. Like, you hear it often, does somebody have to be in great shape to be a coach? No, in my opinion, but they damn well better be working on it.